Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. Before we begin our live recap of Shahs' Sunset and Married to Medicine, be sure to like this video and share it, because sharing is caring. And we want to make sure that we get a lot of people in the room tonight, because we have to talk about what went down on Shahs, we have to talk about what went down on Married to Medicine, and we have to talk about what's been going down off of the television. And of course, I'll be dropping the link in a little bit for you guys to call in and weigh in with your thoughts. But before we get into that, let me just say what's up to everyone that's here. We already got a few people already in the chat. So let me put a little Vaseline on. If you know, then you know. All right. So there's been a lot of news. These YouTube streets have been hot. I'm still weighing with myself if I have the time and the effort to report on some of the YouTube drama. You know, the other day we reported on some of, I wouldn't even call it YouTube drama, just some, you know, YouTube related, RHOP related drama that we addressed. If you missed that video, check out the Kempire Daily YouTube channel for us addressing that. But speaking of that, happy anniversary to our boy Up and Adam over on his YouTube channel. Don't forget, he has an exclusive interview with Fallon Gobadia this Thursday. So if you haven't subscribed to his channel, be sure to head on over there and subscribe. And I'm looking forward to this, because as I said to you before, we're going to break down this interview from body language to what she said, eye movements, to what Adam's body language is. Does he believe a word she's saying? We're going to break it all down. This might take a few hours, y'all. I hope you're in there with me. Usually we do this live a little bit earlier, but I had to do it a little bit later because I had to run to Manhattan, run a few errands, you know, give birth, joking, obviously, and then come back. Then I had to be a part of Up and Adam's anniversary video. Shout out to Jason. Marry that man, Adam. Just in case you're watching. Marry that man. But yeah, so let's just jump right on in. I won't waste your time. I wanted to give people an opportunity because, you know, I switched the times a couple of times. I want to give people an opportunity to join the live. I see already we have all of our mods in the building. I see Twan, Don. I see Not Paid by Anyone. Diana's here. Danielle's here. Hello There is here. Natalie's here, of course. Shantae, Cure Rants. I see all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Lulu's here. Make sure I have some water. Because not only did I run errands and then come back home, I was like, oh, got to eat something before I go live. Because after I'm done with this, then I have to settle down and go to bed and then do it all over again tomorrow. So just in case you missed it, we did a 90-day fiance recap earlier today. That video is available on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Be sure, TikTok, you got the under a minute recap of 90 Day Fiance. So if you want a longer version, be sure to check that out. Did you go to Costco? No, I don't do Costco. It's only me. Costco's for people that have families that they're feeding. I don't have families that I'm feeding, even though there's some really cool stuff you could probably get at Costco real cheap, but no. All right, let's jump into this. Shahs' Sunset. So as you guys know, I've been getting into Shahs recently, and I have a lot of feelings. I haven't really caught up to where I need to catch up to, but of course, I'm watching the current season, season 9. They're still in Palm Springs at the point where Mike is saying that there's a snake in the group. He's confessing to the text messages. Poor Paulina, right? Paulina standing there as he's making this speech about how much he loves her and how much he's wronged her. I wanted to like Mike. I know everyone's like, oh, Mike's cute, and that's why people are in love with Mike. No, I'm over Mike. Sherwin, he could get it. And you know why he could get it? Not because he's cute, because his personality, from what I've seen so far, he just seems logical, laid back, chill. It was nice to see him there. However, that doesn't make for a great reality star. It's nice when he's coming in and then exiting. But for what we need on reality TV, you need a REZA. But speaking of REZA, Mike says that REZA told him that Loch Nessa, aka Gigi, who I've really turned a page on. In the beginning, I was like, she's misunderstood, till I watched some of the past seasons. And until they showed so many flashbacks of her losing it throughout the years. Gigi, I hope you're in anger management. And I hope you're not relying on your child to be your anger management. Because, girl, that seems clinical. Allegedly. I'm not saying, I'm not a doctor. But that's a lot of anger. That is a lot of anger. So Mike says that REZA told him that this sort of spam texting thing that was coming to him, it was Golnessa behind it. It was Golnessa behind it. And she's like, me? Who said that? REZA immediately is like, no. Deflecting. Well, first of all, Mike was deflecting from his own issues to this other situation. But then REZA was deflecting from his involvement in the situation. He leaves in the middle of the night like a guilty man. And as you know, I've been watching the past seasons, and I'm like, from season 2, I'm like, REZA is no one's friend. REZA's not even MJ's friend. Yes, they make peace in this episode, but girl, over the year, this man is not your friend. I guess, because they're filming a show, this is their bread and butter. They're not selling real estate anymore. They're not doing any other sort of business. I'm sure they are, but successful money-making businesses. REZA has never been your friend. And I don't blame Tommy for not wanting REZA to be around his child. Might be because Tommy has a restraining order against him from them. But even so, if I watched these past few seasons and I saw how REZA has never been a friend to anyone, I don't even think he's been a friend to his man, Adam. Adam with the beard, cut it down. You're looking like straight out of Handmaid's Tale, under his eye. All right, I'm going on a tangent. I'm just sharing with you all the thoughts that I had today. In regards to Shahs the Sunset. What else did I have to say? Oh, back to REZA. So REZA leaves in the middle of the night, looking like a guilty party. Gigi's like, she doesn't know who to believe because she's had her issues with REZA. And I'm so thankful to these producers giving us flashbacks, because in case you've never watched Shahs the Sunset, then this helps you. This helps you. Gigi says she doesn't know who to believe. Gigi, her inclination, of course, is to believe Mike. Of course, Mike is deflecting. But at the same time, REZA is a snake. I believe REZA did say it. I don't care what anyone says. I believe REZA told Mike that. And Mike is trying to deflect because he wants the heat off of him, because he's been lying to us since the season started about the text messages, when he is a known liar and cheat. That conversation he had with Paulina. And look, Paulina's like, I cannot deal with this. This cannot happen in our relationship. However, you did admit that this has happened before. So you've stuck around. Paulina, though, looks like a deer in headlights anyway. When he was making the announcement to the friends, and then when he was having the conversation with her, he's like, Mike, I really wanted to like Mike. Since I wasn't watching the show and I just kind of knew of the characters, I was like, all right, Mike's cute. We'll let Mike live until I start to really see Mike's true colors. And this is why personality will either make you fall in love with someone even more or make you disgusted by them. I'm truly disgusted by REZA. Truly. I'm sorry, REZA. I know you go online, because this is the type of person REZA is. I'm sure you go online, you're on YouTube, and you're looking at everyone recapping and talking about the show. You are disgusting. And I never say that to people. There are so many reality stars that people could call disgusting on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I never call them disgusting. REZA, you are a disgusting human being. From season 1, you've thrown your friends of 30 years under the bus. You released her medical history last year. You're still on this show. Even in this season, you're throwing people under the bus. He is loyal. He is a snake. I would not trust him as far as I could throw him. And he's so, you know what? He loves, oh, let me turn this off, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, turn this off. No, we ain't having that going on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm ranting. I'm ranting right now. I will be dropping the link for you guys to call in and verify and give me more background on the history of Shahs. You know, I've been watching, trying to catch up. I've watched the recent season, of course, up to date now. But I had to say it. REZA is no one's friend. REZA is still hurt that he hasn't met Shams. Tommy said he ain't meeting Shams. I did like the reunion between MJ and Gigi. Like I said, I need to kind of delve into the ups and downs of that relationship, even though they gave us a little bit of it. But it was nice. I would have loved to see her baby come, even though her baby's a baby, you know. Shams is adorable. I actually like MJ. I understand why people might not love MJ, but I actually like MJ. And I specifically like MJ this season because she is a mom. I feel like she is trying to make amends. I feel like she is trying to be friends and be the unifier. Speaking of unifiers, I like London. Her friend London, I kind of like London. I mean, she's sort of like a Cynthia, just kind of there. But I like London. The whole little seeing if you're a liar or not. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. I just wanted to make sure I'm covering everybody. Nima. I like Nima. Nima also is like a Cynthia. Kind of there, the sensible one. Doesn't have to be very theatrical. Has some witty, comebacks. I kind of like that. I'm trying to think of who else I want to talk about. I'm sure you guys will remind me. Let me drop the link so you guys can call in. We have almost 100 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. There are a lot of really great things that we're working on. Like I said, the YouTube streets are hot. But I said, let me focus on being consistent with the things that we cover normally. But I was watching all kinds of videos. I was watching the Lisa Nicole Cloud interview that she did with the Avatar. Then I was watching the Dr. Heavenly recap that she did, and she was calling people all kinds of frauds and whatnot. The things you got to do for research. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let me drop the link. Oh, goodness. But I have to say, I'm Married to Medicine. I'll briefly say Married to Medicine. Oops, sorry, y'all. Married to Medicine was a decent episode. I like the topics that they're covering, specifically when it comes to Black Lives Matter, when it comes to COVID testing, when it comes to voting. Yes, these are important. Lisa Nicole. I didn't like her from the beginning, her being on the show. She brought nothing. Yes, of course, we're getting all these little things happening towards the end. Look, I know I'm covering a lot. We'll backtrack when you guys call in. Let me just drop the link. I'm trying to understand why you on my show. You know who they need to bring back full-time next season? Carrie. I'm going to keep saying that because I know producers, I know that some of the stars of the show watch this show. Who doesn't need to come back next season on Married to Medicine? Lisa Nicole, Dr. Jackie. I'm sorry. You've had a good run. You have multiple businesses. You have a lucrative practice. You don't need to be on the show anymore. You brought nothing this season. I like how you got toyed together last week, though. I did like how you got toyed together. I really, really, really did. But who else? Carrie needs to come back. I'm trying to think of everybody. Dr. Simone, I'm hearing some things about you, Dr. Simone. And I like you, Dr. Simone, but girl. Anyways, we'll focus on Shahs and then we'll get into Married to Medicine. I'm gonna bring up some familiar faces. First I'm gonna take some phone callers since they called in first. Hold on. Val. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? I like to see you doing all your recaps. I love hearing you anyway, especially when you're up and at 'em. You always giving the news. But all I think I'm saying is that on Married to Medicine, I'm with you on Lisa Nicole. She was a fraud from the beginning. She a wannabe. Come on, Dal.
It's so sad. She's like dead in the eyes. Have you noticed that?
Okay, she ain't getting no sleep, running behind Darren trying to figure out who house he over.
Oh, and we still don't know.
And she don't know either.
I don't look. Lisa's bringing a lot these last couple of episodes, but it's to her detriment again. She's coming back to be shamed again. Would you want to see her come back?
I didn't want to see her this time. I don't want to see her no next time either. I mean, come on. And you know what? Darren, she's about some Darren got dragged so bad last episode. Darren was dragging his own self. Girl, please. You had coming out the woodwork. You don't want to sit up there and want to keep on. I hate the women that sit up there and want to sit up there and talk about other women that stay with a man when the man ain't doing right and he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. But you need to check your own man when your man ain't doing right and he doing that. Okay? That's why I don't like her. I mean, she a pretty girl and everything else, but she count on her looks, and she want to be smarter than what she is. She want to take everything because she wants to rule the world. You know what I'm saying? And that was just the way she did Dr. Simone with that event. That was just total tackiness.
Well, I saw her explanation for it, and I mean, it kind of makes sense. But like I said, I don't want to see Lisa Nicole on this show anymore. She can go. She can go.
Right.
Any other? Go ahead.
Go ahead, babe. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just asking if you had any other thoughts because I'm going to take some other callers.
No, I wanted to take other calls. I just wanted to help, I support your channel, and I just wanted to give a shout out with that. That's all.
Thank you so much, Val. Appreciate you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Lisa, are you ready?
Yes.
What's going on, Lisa?
Nothing. How you doing?
Should I call you Lisa Nicole?
No, you cannot call. You call me Lisa Michelle. That's my name. Yes, I'm doing fine. How you doing on this beautiful morning? This beautiful evening.
I'm fantastic. What are your thoughts on Shahs? Are you watching Shahs?
Everything is coming back to bite them in the ass. Where they did AMJ last season. Just is stuff come back, bite them in the ass. And like I said, I believe REZA is guilty as a mug. He is so guilty. I believe it. I believe, and I also believe Gigi got something to do with it too. I believe Gonessa had something to do with it. And did you not see that necklace? That necklace, she said, that woman said it swings side to side. No.
You believe the necklace?
And baby, that necklace, she said, did Gonessa had something to do with it. That necklace went around and around and around, baby. And I believe she and REZA had something to do with that. I really do. And you know what? I don't blame her.
She swears up and down, Lisa Michelle, she swears up and down that she has no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, but honey, child, please. They know, she knows exactly what was and all that stuff was going on. I don't care. You did something, you told me you was eating some pie. You don't know kind of pie you was eating. It ain't none of my business. But I tell you what, one thing, you was part of that. You was part of that. Yes, you was too. And see, like I said, they kind of blame all this stuff on MJ. The MJ, my girl, honey. I like MJ. MJ be wearing them two little clothes, honey. And with her side, because she a big girl like I am, honey. And she steps on her. She steps with her. I love her, honey. She messy now. She messy.
I mean, but I feel like this season she hasn't been messy at all.
No, I don't think she trying to be messy. I think she kind of work on her marriage with Tommy and trying to get Tommy back on control, because I really do. Because I used to love her and her was a relationship together. I really did. I used to love it together, and it's so sad. You know. I don't really don't blame Tommy. Tommy said, "Look him, dude. You sit up and you was not there when my wife was almost about to die." Then you put my wife's stuff out there about her medical workers and stuff. I don't blame Tommy. Tommy said, no, you don't have the right to see our son. You don't have the right, and that's supposed to be your godson. If anybody supposed to have been there when she was having that baby, that should have been REZA. And you said 35 years, and I did not like the way he came on. What the dude named Nemza?
Nima?
Nima. Yeah, I didn't like the way he came at Nima. He said, yeah, you can't get him to, no, you are reflecting. Everything happening between you and MJ is because of you. And like I've been telling people all the time, she was white. Why you telling me? Like MJ was white. Why you telling me what Adams are doing? You to tell his husband. You just tell she was white. Tell his husband. But okay, that's the only thing I said about that. And Mike, everybody know Mike is a man whore. Okay.
Oh, not a man whore.
Yeah, you're a man whore. You're a man whore. Okay, everybody knew that. Okay, everybody know
I didn't know. I had to do my research. I was like, damn, he is a man whore.
Yeah, he is. And like I said, with Melton Madison, I still love my girl Latoya, and I love Lisa Nicole.
Wait. Hold your thoughts on that. Hold your thoughts on that. I'll bring you back up when we start talking about Married to Medicine. So hold your thoughts on
that. Okay.
All right. I'm going to bring up. Hold on. Wow. The stage. Y'all really want to talk about this today. Hold on. Let me bring some familiar faces. Shaw Historian is here. Is that really something? You're muted. Why? I can't hear you.
You know I love a prompt.
Oh my God.
Ask your question. What do you want?
Okay, wait. Is REZA the one that really sent those text messages to Mike?
Yes.
Wait, I gotta blow you up.
It is. Yes.
Hold on.
I swear, my hand is like, look.
Can you wait? I need you to show your hand because people are going to say that you're like London. Oh.
It's again. It's going again.
Wait, what other question can I ask? People in the chat, let me know a question. I'm gonna bring some more people up. Hold on, Miriam.
Okay, I'm gonna rest my hand.
No. I can't with this. I can't. I see so many familiar faces. What's going on, everyone?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
All right. Just a reminder, everyone, when you're not speaking, just have your mic muted because we don't want any sort of feedback. Can affect StreamYard is weird. I'm gonna start with Janice. I want to know Janice's thoughts on Shahs the Sunset, the latest episode.
So I finally have gotten in unalive for Shahs. Yes, I got done with the things that I needed to do tonight. I'm in the car, but I'm pulled over now, so I'm not driving while I'm talking, so no worries, all right, everybody? Mike. I can't. What is he doing? Is he
everybody but his girlfriend?
Well, I get that. Is he trying to be a producer on the show now? It's kind of like what all of a sudden has happened with every single franchise where they think they need to have a storyline to be relevant. We like Mike when Mike is goofy. We like it when Mike and Reza are goofing around and they're doing their little training things and challenging each other. But this whole thing, if I were Paulina, he'd be out the door. He'd be out the door, down the road. I don't want anything to do with you because he's cheated on her. You know he's going to cheat again. You didn't watch when he was married, so
I heard.
But so Jessica converted for him. I mean, she went through the whole thing. She converted. She was Catholic, Italian.
Is she still practicing Judaism?
I don't know if she's still practicing now or not, but she converted. She got baptized in the ocean, and he was there with white roses for her, and you're the love of my life, and you're my soulmate. So people that have been watching from the beginning have heard this before.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, wait, look at Miriam.
Miriam, you're cracking me up with your stone. She's just cracking me up with her stone. What is with that, too? What kind of California mumbo jumbo was going on with that with London?
I loved it. Danielle, because I know Danielle, you're an avid watcher. What were your thoughts on this new episode? I thought the episode was good though.
It was a good episode. I do believe, to Janice's point, it is a storyline that they've concocted. I do believe that REZA did make this up, and he is the one that he might not have told everyone so they can get like a true reaction out of it, but I do think that he is the puppet master behind all of this for this season, because every season is something. And it doesn't, in the beginning, it was kind of organic, but now it just seems very fake. And if you, so you have to finish watching. So like you said earlier, Goldnessa does end up going to anger management and all the other type of stuff. So you got to keep watching.
She needs to still be in anger management.
She does, but just keep watching. But you'll see how you can tell some, even last season, I felt like was pretty concocted.
Well, you know what it is? These reality shows, especially when it's the same cast for how many years, it becomes that. They just need to sort of like let this go after a certain point.
But they're not going to let it go because they don't have any other income. So the same ones who are still there are not going to let it go because this is their bread and butter. When the show first started, REZA and Mercedes were doing real estate. And then Mike was trying to get into real estate with them. They don't even talk about that anymore. This is totally their bread and butter now. So they're not going to let it go. They're all knocking on 50 years old, except for Goldnessa, because she's the youngest. Because remember, her sister's the one that went to school with them. So that's how she's connected. So they're not going to let this go because for them, it's like they don't have to work. All they have to do is show their natural asses on television every once in a while and do some posts and tweets here and there and go show up at a party or a red carpet, and they're getting paid for it. So
question. Do you think that these friendships are truly actually over and they're only remain friends because of the show?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Unfortunately, REZA and Mercedes, it's never going to be the same again. It's almost like Simone and Jackie. It's never going to be the same again. And even though Mercedes is saying to Tommy that, you know, she wants to pick things, and she was very selective. She did the right thing. She kept certain pieces of that weekend story so that Tommy wouldn't get upset. But as long as she's still married to Tommy, which I don't think she's going to let Tommy go anywhere because of how she got him and all that whole thing that she was going through, and she was getting older, couldn't find a man, wanted to have a baby, yada, yada, yada. So she's not going to let him go. But
I'll say this about Tommy. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'll say this about Tommy, though. My first introduction to Tommy, mind you, was him losing it in this season. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I like him. But seeing him the last couple of episodes, I'm like, oh, okay. I might like Tommy.
So again, keep watching. And then, okay, let me just say, for me, as I watched throughout the years, when Tommy first came to the show, I just felt like Mercedes was just desperate because I think she found him like on an app or something. So it came across that she was very desperate for a man. And here's this guy from Boston looking for a quick come up, almost like a sugar mama, even though he's not much far. I don't think there's an age difference between them, but he just didn't seem like he was really there for love. It was like, it was convenient. She's on television. Okay, I'm a corny guy. I'm a sloth. I look a mess. And she's accepting me, yada, yada, yada. But
they got the cutest baby.
Shams is adorable. Looks just like her dad. Oh my goodness. So I think that none of them are going to go anywhere because you, again, keep watching. You'll see characters come and go, and you'll go to the Instagram page and they're on with their fabulous lives doing fabulous things. But this main crew is still there, and they're trying to get checked. Even Destiny, because Destiny came from a whole nother Bravo show, The People's Couch. And now here she is, and she's not going anywhere. Yeah, Destiny, her sister, she brought her sister's picture on this episode.
Yes, I kind of like Destiny because she's a lighter energy.
But she was better on The People's Couch. I loved her and her sister on The People's Couch.
Me too.
Oh.
I love that show.
St. J, thoughts on this latest episode of Shahs of Sunset? Because I know you're like me, who was just sort of getting into it.
I actually just finished watching it, so I think that's so funny. Okay. I agree with Danielle a lot. I think that as far as MJ and REZA, I just don't ever see them being able to be great friends again. And I think that because they're never going to be able to be great friends again, it puts a strain on the whole show. If their bond is what's supposed to anchor it, it puts a strain on it. Mike, his name is Mike. Mike's the cheater, right? Okay.
That's not good.
Mike the cheater, correct.
Yeah. I felt like they were definitely, he was trying to turn up the story. Like he was trying to do his best reality TV moment of, well, actually, Reza told me, like, you and Reza really don't like each other that much. Did he tell you that?
But I get why. I actually thought Mike and Reza had a better relationship. Miriam, am I wrong? Like, what's happening this season? Oh no.
What do you want to ask?
Oh gosh.
Does Mike and are Mike and Reza really good friends? What is that doing?
Yes, it's not. They're not. They're not.
Why is it going back and forth or in circle?
It's going back. It's going like X.
What's X? We didn't learn that in this episode.
Listen, I don't know.
It's broken.
No, this is not broken.
Miriam, just answer the question.
Okay, let me tell you something. I will just make you love Tommy even more. Did you know that Tommy was adopted, like kind of adopted, not legally, but his parents died, so he had this family in New York who raised him. Oh. Yeah. So he's really, when you get like, he has this rough exterior, but he is a teddy bear at heart. He really is.
Didn't look like a teddy bear tearing up that backyard.
Well, but you
looked like a bear.
This is the thing. That man, Reza, he like when they want a baby so bad, when they want children so bad, and they know that his wife almost died at given childbirth, and she can't have more children, and you go and you say, this is the world, the universe cursing you because you had X amount of willing abortions. He said that on blast. And then this episode, like the episode before, he tried to blame Nima for that. Reza, I unfortunately, I have to agree with you. He is disgusting. I saw him disgusting ever since he cheated on Adam and on his bachelorette party. And then he broke up with Adam on just before the reunion.
Oh.
Yeah, they were supposed to get married. Then he called it off. Like, this man, he's all about himself. He's no friend to no one. Every season he has a beef with someone, and he goes through the jugular. He looked good when it was against Gigi, but when Gigi, when it wasn't Gigi, it wasn't good. Even the way they ganged up against Asa, it was obvious they were mad at Asa that she was building and promoting her business. Meanwhile, she's the only one that didn't have money from the beginning. She had the gold, but she didn't have cash money like they did, because they were all like in real estate. And they stopped real estate when they saw that they were like making money out of the show. No. I honestly, I feel like, what did Tommy do? Like, he was defending his wife. And other than that, Reza wants to.
Well, just a reminder, Sarah reminds us, Tommy threatened Reza with a baseball bat and showed up with one of Reza's houses and tore up the yard when he couldn't find them. No excuses for that.
I get that.
That's a little scary.
But he did that.
I told you I was a little frightened when I first met him on this season.
Yeah, but when you know Tommy, you know that he was saying that, but he wasn't act on it. He broke a vase. But then again, what Reza did was horrible. And other than that, like, he wants the cake and eat it too. Of course, like, you are now insulted that Tommy doesn't want to let you meet Chance. Meanwhile, you want to drop the restraining order, but it's his child. Like, if you really want to make amends, if you really want to move forward, if this rekindling of friendship is not only for the show and to make you look good, drop the damn restraining order. And if the man does like, this is so unfair. I feel like, we saw his reaction. It wasn't the best of them. But what Reza did, like, warranted such reaction. It really did.
Twan the Don, what are your thoughts on this latest episode of Shahs of Sunset? Do you think Reza actually told Mike that it was Gigi sending those text messages in this one with the thing?
I'm at Outback. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh wait,
stuffing my face.
you're at Out. It's look, I dropped you. I didn't mean to drop you. There you go. Wait, you're at Outback.
Oh yeah. I just left the gym, so I had to give me a good old meal in. I do want to say Reza is to be honest, it's Reza. Nothing shocks me. I started watching the show a good ordeal of it, like maybe I don't know a few seasons ago, but I watched 2 or 3 episodes this season, and all I keep doing is shaking my head. It keep reminding me of why I don't want to watch this show no more. Reza, you can tell he's obsessed with the fame. They even said in the beginning, like season 1, that they're not welcome back in their country or something like that because certain behaviors that they certain things they do is not tolerated in their country.
Because he's
So
gay.
they're not. Well, not just that. It's certain things that they have. Not just Reza. It was also they did mention that part, but it was something else that the other ones had did that kind of like got them like banned from their country or something like that.
It was
Either
religion.
way, I mean, huh?
Remember, Reza's parents were 2 different religions. One was Muslim and one was something else.
Jewish.
So that was
Right.
part of the issue why his parents had to leave.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when I say I did watch that episode when I think his house was vandalized by what's the girl MJ's husband or boyfriend or whatever. All I keep thinking about is just like why like and I get it. It's reality TV. They gotta have some type of drama or whatever. It's just unfortunate that they have this drama because I really honestly loved it in the beginning, but now it just got so carried away. Just like I think Danielle said earlier, they gotten off of what they used to be there for. Like, they used to do real estate and everything. We don't see none of that no more. And I really think it's kind of hard to really go back, but I believe Reza did it. Reza, if anything shady happened, Reza did it. It's just a guarantee. You don't even need a lie detector to determine that one. He knows what's good TV, and he's making sure that they don't go off air. Yeah, and he's doing everything he can, but it's still it's so calculated. It's just. I really actually just came up from Mary Medicine, but I'm like, you know what? I put my 2 cents in this.
Well, no, go enjoy the rest of your dinner. I'll bring you back up later. Lonnie, what are your thoughts on this latest episode of Shahs the Sunset? Lonnie? Oh.
She says she's having technical issues.
Apparently. Danielle, Danielle, yes. So we've already agreed that Mike is a cheater. But do you think Reza is the mastermind behind this whole texting saga that Mike is using to deflect from his actual guilt?
So no, I think the text messages are true because Mike did admit to that. So he was texting someone, but I think Reza just took that, adding the whole Gigi plot and twisting and shouting about all of that to get the storyline for the season. But Mike and his duel, I swear we don't know what we're going to do with him and his duel. He needs to control it.
Do you think, Janice, that based on the conversation that he had with Paulina, that he is going to be faithful to her going forward?
No.
Simple, that's it. No elaboration.
Well, so Gigi tried to have a conversation with him that maybe he's kind of like how she is, where she knows that she wants to have like one main person and then like some others off the side, as long as that main person is okay with that. And she was trying to explain that to Mike, and Mike was like, no, it must be this way, So you can tell that was Mike's mom. Just that whole you haven't seen an episode with his mother yet. When he took that tone with her, that was exactly his mom. So it's kind of weird. And the whole thing, if you notice, and I don't know if it was an edit thing or not, I had to go back and rewatch the episode this morning. You saw Mike in his confessional talking about these spoof kind of accounts that can be made up. Then all of a sudden cut to Reza talking about that with Adam. Well, how would they both be using the same lingo? That made it kind of suspicious for me that, the first part of it, Mike, he definitely did it with the whole text and the pictures and everything like that. But then the next admission, putting all the blame on Gigi, that was just like a no-go. I think they wanted Gigi to blow up. I think between Mike and Reza, they wanted
she
to see
did.
how much, and she did it. And kudos to her, because she's been working her program and her anger management. They could have, if she had been doing that, she could have whipped out one of her knives and just thrown it right at both of them, right?
She gave away all of her knives.
She gave them to Destiny, which was even crazier yet.
The spoof app is a real app. I looked it up while I was watching the show.
I never heard of it until this show.
I never heard it until the show. Yeah.
And that's why I looked it up, because I was like, I've never heard of it either. But it's a real app. I'm an Apple. So I went into my app and I looked it up, and it's right there. It was the second one that came up. Spoof for texting.
Listen, if you got the text from me, it's the spoof app. It's not me, because I don't have your number.
Exactly. St. J.
The whole episode was just kind of lopsided when it got to that. So
Yeah.
it might have been, but I don't know.
This is where they're going for the next couple of episodes about this whole spoofing thing. I'm like, I need them to let that go, because I do think in retrospect of watching this episode, I do think it was Mike's way of deflecting and taking the heat off of himself, as opposed to just apologizing and moving on. But then what would we be talking about the rest of this episode? Again, he's Kenya producing this season, which I can appreciate.
And Mike never used to be that bad. Mike was just stupid. And so it was okay when he was just stupid. And then the things with Jessica, that became a little bit more calculated. And I'm kind of with the rest of the panel. What happened? Last season, we were watching Mike working on this building with his family's money. This season so far, they haven't talked about that at all. Now, all of us that kind of watch all of our wonderful people like Kempire know that his family sold the building, so we have no clue what Mike is doing for money.
Yeah.
So
the show.
And how did he afford to move into that nice high rise? I'd like to live there. Hello, that looked really.
Do we know? Because I know we always hear about what the housewives are making. Do we know what the Shahs are making?
Let's look it up.
I don't.
Danielle, get on it.
Danielle, the super suit.
Because if we're hearing people like Nene and Candy are making close to $2 million a season, Shahs says this is their 9th season. Bravo does pay their people pretty well. I'm sure they're making close to $1 million a season, if not more.
I would say.
I would imagine that Reza and MJ are probably getting the most, because the stories usually center around them in some sort of fashion. So,
St. J, what do you think about them getting paid that much for this show?
So I know that when you look it up, the last thing they tell you is that in season 2, Reza made $18,000 an episode.
How many episodes in the season?
10.
20. No, 10?
10? Isn't it 10?
Is it 10? Okay.
That's a question. No, that's a question.
Oh.
I think season 4 they had more than 10, because the episodes have been getting more each year. Shahs has been getting more and more episodes. At the beginning, they didn't have that many.
Yeah, they were doing episodes like they usually do about like what Jersey does, like under 20, including the reunion.
Okay, so about 18,000 an episode. I mean, it's not 1,000 like Latoya Forever.
That was season 2, so I'm sure by now, at least 70. I think.
Oh,
and Mike's been on as long as them, so maybe 50 for Mike. I don't know. Regardless,
Ramita, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I really enjoy you in the panel. By the way, I liked that number 51. Yay. A reminder, everyone, we have over 100 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. I want to move on to Married to Medicine.
Boom.
I'll start with
this is where I will dump out with you guys, because I don't watch Married to Medicine anymore. I gave up 2 years ago. It got to be too much.
Wow. No problem, Janice. We appreciate you calling in, though.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. We'll start with the Shah historian. Oh, wait. I see Lonnie's back. Lonnie, last minute thoughts on Shahs?
Sorry, I've been having tech issues. I had to switch to a different device. But
no problem.
Mike looks like a very hard 42. He was
Damn.
very cute and attractive back in the day. I mean, because this is like going on 10 years the show has like been on. But he looks like a really hard 42. And I don't think anybody is conspiring. It's like, Mike, you made your mess. Now you have to lie in your bed at the end of the day. We all know you are a womanizer. You like women. You like to bounce around, and you just got caught because text messages does get uploaded to your iCloud if you have that setting on. Why do you think people always have receipts on text messages? Is because it's in the iCloud. So it's just like he got caught. Do I think Reza had a hand in it? Yes. Reza's being messy. I don't think, in my heart, I really don't think Gonessa really has time. Like, she's got her kid and stuff like that. Like, she's just kind of on a different, path and whatnot. Like, I don't see her really having time to get bothered with all of this. But then again, look at Mercedes did last season with that whole situation with, Naked Jenga. So I don't know what.
Did he really get involved in Naked Jenga, or was this just an idea?
No, that's true.
No, yeah, it was like a whole mess like last season about Naked Jenga, and Adam sent inappropriate text, pictures, or whatever to people he should not have been sending them to. But that was like last season. But I think that they are friends. I don't think they're as close as they once were. I think over time they kind of lost touch, but every once in a blue moon they'll just keep in touch because they have known each other for many years, way before this show even started. So I do think that there is a connection with all of them, a love with all of them. It's just not what it used to be. Reza and Mercedes, the relationship will never be the same. It just won't. And part of that restraining order, even if Reza wanted to drop it, Adam also filed for that also. So Adam would have to drop that as well.
Yeah.
So it's just not on Reza. I think the situation with, especially with Mike and his girlfriend, one, his mom is not the biggest supporter of her, mainly because she's divorced and 2 kids. His mom still wants someone a little bit better than that for him, but
For him, really?
Yeah, but it's just like Mike's, in his 40s and whatnot. He's not going to really find anybody like better or anybody that wants to deal with him. So he needs to kind of get what he can catch. And I'm kind of curious, like, why did he get rid of his house and in a high rise?
Airbnb. Don't forget.
He Airbnb'd his old house.
No, I was so just remember he used to be in apartments, because remember he's the only person I think has had a new apartment or a new home every season.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking the fancier
he's a Dorit.
Yeah.
He's worse than Dorit.
The fancier they get doesn't mean that he's purchasing them. He could be Airbnb-ing them just for the show.
Look, just a reminder for everyone that's posting people's net worth. 100% of the time, and I'm going to say that 100% of the time, it's incorrect.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah, go ahead.
Mike, everything he touches dies.
Oh, damn.
Where in business-wise, no, nobody.
Put that in your hand.
But the thing is, like, he had even a shoe business. So it's always like someone else's fault, or a bad business deal, or people trying to steal from him. The real deal is that, like, Shervin, he is different because he has money. He doesn't rely on the show. Meanwhile, everybody else, although they had money, but now the show became their source of income. And I think at the bottom of the conflict between Reza and MJ is really jealousy, because everybody, doesn't matter how messy MJ is, everybody loves her because she's funny. When she's messy, she's funny. When she's drunk, she's funny. She's really funny. So Reza doesn't like that. He wants to be the star of the show. And the problem with Reza and Mike, they are alike in this aspect. They are getting older, and they're not showing any signs of getting more mature. So it's getting old. It's really getting old for both of them.
It's getting toxic. That's what I'm saying. I feel as if they've been on the show for so long. It's their bread and butter. They're forcing these friendships that probably should have died a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's going to become toxic. And I feel like that's what it's started to become since last season. And this season, now they're going to Palm Springs to heal and do all this stuff. And I don't feel like REZA hasn't changed. Mike hasn't changed. I don't think Mike will ever change. It's only a matter of time before he cheats on Paulina again. Sorry, Mike. The truth is the truth. Past behavior proves.
He's cheating on her right now.
Oh, you know. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
St. J, what are you? Yeah.
He's in Lonnie's DMs.
Oh, Lonnie.
He was in Lonnie's.
Well, Lonnie with that picture, honey. Who is not in her DMs?
Oh, wait, we need to move on because we already spent like almost an hour on Shahs alone, and we have to talk about married to
text
medicine.
group text message conversation.
Oh,
okay.
Boom.
You know,
did you promise?
Okay, wait, okay. I'm going to start with Lonnie. Married to Medicine, this last episode. I mean, first of all, the episode, like I said before in my quick recap at the beginning, I feel like they're doing really great things on the show, but the messiness is overshadowing those things, which we can appreciate for a reality show. What do you think, Lonnie, so far of the season, though? Because they're already about to have the reunion. There's only 2 more episodes till the reunion.
I think I like this season, you know, I really do. And I mean, I'm a fan of Dr. Heavenly. I think she's hilarious for the show, and she's definitely likes to stir that pot, and I love that. I'm still trying to figure out why Lisa Nicole is like on this show. Like, why are you here? I have to say, though, the situation between Scott and Contessa, Scott is definitely sleeping with someone. I would put anything on. He's definitely like, he definitely has the signs and his attitudes and everything like that of a married man that's sleeping with someone else. Trust me, he's definitely hitting somebody up during the day or after work or after a workout or whatever. He's definitely hitting somebody up. Most definitely.
I totally agree.
I know those type of mannerisms. He's definitely sleeping with someone.
Miriam, what does the necklace say?
Yes. What
He's definitely
saying is true. It's going like that. And why the stripes?
St. J, thoughts on Dr. Contessa and her relationship? I didn't even want to talk about Dr. Contessa and her relationship because I'm tired of even seeing it.
Okay, I think that it's so gross to watch on TV. Like after I watch their scenes together, I feel gross because I'm like, girl, now you know what we all thinking. Like I know after you did that scene, you was like, because I'm like, at what point he just seems disinterested in her. So I'm like, what are we doing here? You think I'm like, girl, every time you get a chance to talk, you imply he's cheating. We think he's cheating. Where's this going? Where's the resolution?
Get off my show. That's my resolution.
Like, I like Contessa. I don't like the stuff with Scott though, and I think that's her story. So they might have to go.
I like Scott more than Contessa.
You like why? Why, Danielle? Why do you like Scott more than Contessa?
Because he has a better sense of humor than me.
Does Dr. Contessa have a sense of humor?
That's my point.
She's friends with Heavenly. Yes, she does.
When?
Just because she's friends with Heavenly doesn't mean she has a sense of humor. Or
I don't know. If you're friends with Heavenly, I think you had to be able to take a couple jokes. You had to have at least some sense.
I saw her on live with Dr. Heavenly, and I was a little bored then. I love Dr. Heavenly and Quad's relationship. They're funny together. But even Dr. Heavenly, look, Dr. Heavenly can't carry everybody. Because when we see scenes with Dr. Heavenly and Jackie, I'm bored to tears with Jackie. Dr. Heavenly can't carry everybody.
I think it's strategically she became friends with Heavenly so that she doesn't take her wrath. So this is why she's not funny. Is
that why she became such quick friends with Toya recently?
Yes, also. But if you remember when they first when she first came to the show, they really went at it. Like Heavenly attacked, like was like doing her thing against Contessa, and then all of a sudden they became friends. How do you turn that around?
Contessa.
Contessa.
Come on now, let's not.
That's what Heavenly named her.
I know, but that's not.
That's your girl named her. Your girl.
Wait, can I say something too, real quick, about this season and with Lisa being on the show? Like, there's one thing with like having people come back on the show, stirring the pot, adding a little drama and this and that. But I think Lisa was pretty disgusting, because she turned it around to make it seem like Heavenly was the one that commented and calling Lisa fat. No, Lisa, correction. You were making fun of Heavenly because you said that the donkey or the horse or whatever it was looked like it was about to collapse because of how heavy Heavenly was on the horse. So let's get that straightened out. So obviously you come at a woman's weight, she's going to come right back at you. And that's exactly what she did. So don't sit there and come with the scale and fat shame someone or talk about someone's weight or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, you can think what you want. But Dr. Heavenly has been consistently on the show since day one, has never had to take a leave. Bravo didn't have her exit. And number two, she's happily married. You can't say the same. So don't sit there and try to fat shame. Allegedly. Okay.
Did you watch
don't sit
Simone's
there
Life?
and fat shame someone and saying that Heavenly attacks you and talks about your weight. No, you attacked her first. So get your facts straight, Lisa. You're boring. You have an unhappy home. You're a fraud. Go somewhere.
Okay. Lonnie!
Meow.
I felt that in your throat.
Did you see Simone's story?
Danielle, oh my God. Since we're talking about Lisa Nicole, that is the biggest issue from this latest episode. Lisa Nicole and Dr. Heavenly go at it at the end of this episode, but they went at it at each other online. First, it was Lisa Nicole talking to the Avatar and accusing Dr. Heavenly of fraud. And then Dr. Heavenly went live today, pretty much denouncing all of that and laying out her own sort of, I wouldn't say receipts, but pretty much saying that's not true because of this, and this. And Dr. Jackie also said that Lisa Nicole and that whole explanation for what went down at her clinics or her labs, that was some funny business. Dr. Jackie said that.
It is.
We'll get to you saying, Jay.
So here was my question my first thought with Lisa Nicole and the whole lab thing is she done got herself a quick PPP scheme or scammer, and she done got some PPP checks, and she done opened up some labs trying to make profit off of COVID. Because to their point, we know Lisa Nicole to do multi-level marketing. We know her to have a fake fashion line. We know that allegedly she's divorced, so she has no connection to medicine. Why all of a sudden
she's divorced?
Well, she's not with Aaron.
Who said that?
I said
Nicole is divorced.
I heard they're still together. Darren just didn't want to film.
Okay, well, I don't know where Darren is.
That's what Heavenly said.
Look, I'm gonna call you the Avatar spreading lies.
Darren with another woman.
Wow, that was good.
Right. Darren is in Buckhead with a whole nother family right about now on the other side of town. But my point is, Lisa Nicole has no connection to medicine, really. So why is she open up these labs and doesn't even have the proper tools to do the lab work? So she has to outsource it. It just seemed like a big scam. And we know that was a lot of what was going on during COVID. People were getting these PPP loans and they were making scams. And I think that it was a scam. That's why they went on the 5 o'clock news down there. It was a scam. It was a scam. It was a scam. And
when Lisa Nicole was talking to the Avatar, she said that based on her history and experience and what she went to school for, that's, she had medical experience before she even married her, I guess, soon to be ex-husband. I don't know. Allegedly, reportedly. Yeah.
So why was she selling wraps? Why was she doing It Works and everything? All the
She's an entrepreneur.
You go to school for medicine and all this science and stuff to go be an entrepreneur selling body wraps and TLC diet pills, and give me a break. No, I don't believe it. And but I do.
I don't know why I'm even defending Lisa Nicole. I'm just trying to give you the full what she said in the interview.
But wait, to your point, to piggyback on you defending her, I'm
whoa,
okay.
Whoa. Don't say I'm defending her.
I'm okay with the drama she brings, though.
Hold on, Danielle.
Sorry.
First of all, this drama is Johnny come lately, and I've been bored with her. And we've said this over the last few weeks. Where has she been? All of a sudden, she shows up, and she's showing up on the 9 o'clock news.
She had to figure out what drama she was going to bring, and she brought it towards the end of the season. And because just think, the previous episodes were dry. This is the biggest. We have never heard Heavenly squeal this much all season long. We
Okay.
had not. Heavenly was squealing. When she walked out of that dining room last week, she was squealing to the
I
highest.
can hear her. I can hear her.
You couldn't even make out what she was saying because she was squealing so loud.
So
So-
she doesn't have a clothing line. Didn't she dress Giselle to the reunion last time in Potomac?
It wasn't last time, but she did at
Oh
one point.
God.
St. J, you might have a little bit more experience in regards to this lab alleged scam.
Paging Dr. St. J.
Yes. So that is a thing that people, what she was saying on a baseline is true. Like, it is a thing that people do,
Okay.
like labs do, especially early on in COVID, which they filmed this last year. So this had to be like peak the situation. So that is the thing that people do. However, to what the other doctors were saying, the way you get into malpractice is that you didn't communicate that. Like, you are being held to the fire simply because you didn't provide the information of, oh, we take the samples and we send the samples off.
You know what I have to say, Dr. Heavenly, and look, if you guys aren't watching Dr. Heavenly here on YouTube, you should, because first of all, she's funny as hell, but she also gives a little bit of background. And in regards to Lisa Nicole, she said she went to go meet Oprah with Lisa Nicole at one of those little tour events that Oprah was doing before. And she tells the story on how Lisa Nicole scammed her way backstage to meet Oprah with her. And she said she appreciated it because now she has a picture with Oprah Winfrey. She doesn't have an interview though. Sidebar. But I thought, oh, so Lisa Nicole can just talk a good game. So that's why she went to the Avatar to talk a good game and make us all believe it.
Scammer.
Yes. And also, to the point of Lisa Nicole being Johnny come lately, she didn't even get invited to the reunion.
Oh.
Like, so there's that. I mean, I'm sure this is her last stint on the show.
Yes.
I really need it. I need it to be, but you know who needs to come back? We need Carrie.
Mariah.
Carrie
and
I mean, Mariah too, but Carrie
and
needs
Mariah.
to come back.
Yes, Carrie and Mariah.
Carrie and Mariah.
Shantae, I want to hear your thoughts because I know you joined us a little bit afterwards. Thoughts on it could be Shahs or it could be this.
Oh, okay, so Married to Medicine, I wanted to cut in real quick about what you were saying about Dr. Contessa and her lack of sense of humor.
Yes.
She probably really does or did have one, but remember, with her marriage is breaking down, if she, her husband is not supportive of her going back to school, then that paired with being a mom and then production following her around, it's just a breakdown in her sense of humor also. She's probably can't find the emotional room to laugh.
So
because if you remember,
so you're saying Joe Gorga would call her a broken woman?
Dang. Not in a shady way, but she probably really does feel broken. And it's hard when you are in a breakdown of a relationship. I can imagine a marriage breaking down, and I got kids with you. Just even in a relationship breaking down, and nobody's pulling the trigger to just separate or divorce. She's in pain. So yeah, she's just kind of just allowing herself to feel. And right now, she doesn't feel very humorous. So, just to be fair, look at what she's going through and everything that's going on around her.
Danielle, has she been humorous past seasons? Paging Danielle?
I think she has.
Who?
I think she has been suffering.
Dr. Contessa.
No, she's never been funny. Barely got a wig together.
She was a bit more outgoing though. So that's, like I said, that's where I say maybe she's been a little humorous before. She seemed a little more outgoing. Like when they were doing, what was that competitive event they were doing? She was just turned up, just ready to go. So maybe that's around the time she started breaking down emotionally. And just like I said, you can't find your humor. Because like I said, when you're breaking down in a relationship, you're trying to do everything you can to get that off your mind. But this is a woman who lives under the same roof with the person whose relationship she's breaking down. So it's hard.
The way you broke that down made me like, oh, girl.
She was funny on Married to Medicine LA. That's where she was funny at. When she's genuine friends with one of those girls.
Yeah.
From
I agree.
Military or school. And she was actually funny and friendly and outgoing when she was there going with them.
To Shantae's point, to Shantae's point, I never witnessed her having a happy marriage on the show. Maybe there's something to that, but being friends with a funny person doesn't make you funny.
Well, we already saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Data says contestant funny in the same sentence is a reach.
Yeah, I agree. She's not funny. She's very harsh. She was in the military, so that aspect I like of her. I wish she would work more around those things, bringing military families into the show, that she's taking care of them. There's so much potential there for her to have a good storyline, doing good to the community without exploiting the lie that she wants to be a stay-home mom. Then she wants to go be a surgeon general. Like, pick a lane, Contessa. Pick a lane.
She has aspirations. But speaking of aspirations, let's talk about Lisa Nicole never coming back on my show.
Okay.
Can I say what my aspirations are real quick?
Okay.
For Dr. Heavenly to volunteer to fix Dr. Simone's teeth.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
She looked like Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
But she's always had these teeth. Now you want her to fix them?
She fixed her kids' teeth.
She's beautiful. If she fixes her teeth, she's gonna be gorgeous.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
I think her
Let's
teeth
move
are the
on.
humor
Let's
of
move
her
on because
laugh.
we're bigger fish
Real
to
quick
fry.
though about Lisa Nicole also, about how everybody's calling her a scammer and all this stuff. The what is the MLM that she's in, which is like the 5 links, I think. It seems like that only works with people who know a lot of people, which she does. Like I said, Atlanta, and I'm pretty sure Atlanta has a lot of 5 links people. I don't know if they're all in Lisa Nicole's downline, but like she
What's
said,
5
she
links?
takes that. It's a multi-level marketing. Where
scammer.
It's multi-level
Scammer
marketing.
alert. Scammer alert.
What in the
But
Jen
here's
Shaw?
the thing, though.
Pyramid.
So it's most where they sell like Well, I know for a while they used to sell like communication devices, but I don't know how that works now since you can use your phone for practically anything in Zoom. But anyway, that's how she makes her money. And like she said, she takes her multi-level marketing money and puts it into her other legitimate businesses, like her fashion.
No, you did not just say her other legitimate businesses.
Well, I'm quoting what she said. That's what she said. So I'm telling you, that's what Lisa Nicole said.
Oh.
She said it, not me. I'm not saying either or. But
okay.
Wait. I Googled something. I'm sorry. This just in. I just went to LinkedIn and pulled up Lisa Nicole's profile. She is the director of operations for MAJL Diagnostic Laboratories, open in 2020 March.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Scammer.
Oh
Shit. That's something.
You know,
So she opened up a quick fix Quest Diagnostics.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
This
Let
is
me
like-
let me present
Which one?
Exhibit A, please. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me present Exhibit A. Oh, damn. We got to break down Lisa Nicole. You know this is going to be her last season. Why are we breaking her down?
Right, and see, this is why she doesn't need to come back, because what else is there to talk about but how people feel about her as a businesswoman or her crappy marriage to Darren, who has basically, Darren's been cheating on her since before they got married.
Okay,
So she-
allegedly.
No,
Whoa,
it's not alleged.
did you see the
No,
crystal?
look, allegedly.
Okay.
The crystal is out of control.
The crystal's out of control. Wait, back to what Danielle was saying. Danielle, what were you saying that we had to look at here on LinkedIn?
Okay, so if you scroll down or scroll up because you're on an Apple. Okay, so scroll up, go to her. Keep going up. Keep going back
I'm up.
No, you're not. You got to go to her experience. Scroll up.
down.
You need
down,
to
down,
scroll
down.
down.
Right? I'm like, scroll up. I'm like, what do you mean?
Okay, stop. No, come on. Come back down some more. Right here, we're looking at experience.
Okay.
So see, so you have MAJL Diagnostic Laboratories. 1 year and 4 months ago.
Oh.
Oh, God,
And there's the
that's
5
bad.
links that Shantae was talking about.
This is bad.
She said this is bad.
This is bad.
See
Allegedly.
if she's connected to Jen Shaw on her LinkedIn. She's probably connected with Jen Shaw.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Oh God. God.
See if they're
Oh.
LinkedIn friends.
Well,
I mean,
girl,
she
you can
got
close up with
look at her resume. Look, these are the schools that she went to. She's she
Yeah,
is
those
a
are
Gen Shaw. She is a Gen. We got the same bachelors though.
Oh shit.
Wait a second. So she's in marketing. Okay, all right, girl. She's a scammer, allegedly.
Oh God. Oh God. This
if it
is
looks like
heavy.
a dog and it barks like a dog, it's a dog.
You know what?
This is
We,
very heavy.
we have over 160 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. You're missing out on daily and consistent hot topics on reality TV, music, entertainment, and of course, every once in a while we do reality TV recaps like Shahs of Sunset and Married to Medicine. Look, this whole Lisa Nicole McLeod situation versus Heavenly has been going crazy, and I think it's going to continue because the reunion is coming up, and I'm sure they're going to address some of this mess that's been going on. Based on what we see in regards to her resume, do you guys think that I know they hinted at this whole issue with the labs, but it seems as if there's other stuff going on with her that might be in the vein of a Jen Shah situation.
She was too defensive when she was talking to the Avatar.
No.
She kept saying, I was a millionaire. I helped tons of people make their money. It was a bit too much. And with the latest happenings in the YouTube world, I kind of at first I believed her. You get hypnotized because she knows how to speak. But now looking back, I'm like, yeah, that was like a PR stunt. There are no papers to prove what is really your net worth. And if you're really all that, why would you accept coming as a friend to a franchise that dug your family? You almost you were humiliated on TV by your husband and by his whatever activities he does.
Okay, let me ask you guys this, because I heard of this stuff, but as you know, like Shahs, I'm sort of getting caught back up with Married to Medicine because I haven't really watched it since the first season. And again, I'm going to say this to the producers and the ladies that are watching this: you need to bring Carrie back next season as a full-time wife.
Yes.
A part of the show. She brings it every episode, and it's just a line. She'll say something, and you're like,
"Yep."
That accent of hers, amazing.
I enjoy her. But okay, Dr. Heavenly, I know she is a divisive character. In this last few minutes of this episode, she's like, I'm getting off the bus. She's attacking Lisa Nicole. Shantae, do you blame her?
I don't know, because it seems like it's like, on the one hand, like I said, what we were discussing just now, it's just like, ooh, red flag. But at the same time, what has she scammed any of those ladies directly? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe they know somebody that she quote unquote scammed. Other than that, it seems like they're just coming for her just to come for her. In which case, she probably shouldn't be going back into that hornet's nest anymore. So
there was an important, we'll get back to it. There was an important part of this episode that we forgot to mention. And it was actually the one moment in the episode where I was like, yes, get her. Anila losing it on Toya and who pulled her outside? It was Simone. Mind your business, Simone. You're always trying to get in someone else's business. What's going on in your life? Your husband's a bartender. Sorry.
He got a real estate license too.
Did you see him with his backpack on, looking like a 12-year-old kid coming home from private school?
He's cute though. Yes. He's cute. I like him.
Did you see her story? Simone's story?
Man,
wait. Say this now. Go ahead, Danielle.
I'm sorry. I said he is cute. I do like him. He is funny. He has his own little quirk. Yeah. But he literally walked in the house with his backpack on, like he just off the school bus with his little private school uniform on. Mommy, I'm
one of his sons.
Listen, someone posted a live.
Wait. I want to say this again, guys. Remember to mute your mics, because when you speak and it's someone else is speaking, you can't hear the other person. Sorry, that's just the way that StreamYard works. I just want to remind you guys. But like I said, in that moment, I was so happy for Anila because she was just like, no, I've been good to Toya. I have, despite what Toya has been saying about me, I have not talked crap about her the way that she's talked crap about me. Miriam, you look like you disagree.
I don't believe that. But can I ask you something? Did you see the live or the story that Simone posted on Instagram?
No.
She and Cecil were over Toya's house. It seems like Toya was away. And Dr. Eugene was cooking for both of them. So she was saying, oh, Toya. And she was showing off the meat that he was barbecuing. And then she pointed to the pool. And she said, oh, and I'm going to take a dip in your pool. It reminded me.
I can't. I mean, that probably did something petty like that, too, though.
Back to Anila. I listen with Anila. She is, I don't know who is she really friends with. She wants to be friends with everyone. And she's not showing loyalty for some reason to Toya. But then again, I feel like there's more to the story than what we just see. Because Toya, she doesn't seem to be mean. Like, she lashes out. She has, she has her mood swings. But I don't think she is mean. And she's really hurt. She's really hurt by all the comments pointing that she's not as smart as the ones with doctors.
Is she though?
She's on the show making money. I think she is a street smart.
I mean, she's very street smart, but she's not the smartest one in.
Well.
And also, I don't feel like I loved Anila in this particular moment. However, overall for the season, she hasn't brought a lot. Karen, her husband, and her mom brought more.
Yes.
But I loved her in this particular moment, so I had to mention it. St. J, what did you think of Anila's coming out moment?
Okay, here's the thing, right? Toya. Yes, Toya. Toya treated Anila like a lackey. So whether or not she was being obnoxiously mean to her, sure, you could say she wasn't. But most adults don't want to be treated like someone else's lackey. So she got what was coming for her. And I think that, like I've said this before, Toya is pushing herself out of favor with the whole group.
Yeah.
And that's hard to watch.
So are you saying that Toya might not come back?
Well, they need somebody that's married to medicine. So
y'all love to come out with that line.
But here's the thing. I know a lot of doctors in Atlanta. I know a lot of doctors' wives in Atlanta. So I'm just not sure. Maybe people just don't want to do the show, which is probably the case. But I hope Toya doesn't leave because, she bought her house custom built for the show. So I hope she stays.
She sold it.
That house hasn't actually sold yet.
Lonnie.
Has it sold for her?
I thought it was still on the market and it hasn't sold yet.
That's what I thought.
Paige and Dr. Lonnie.
House tour.
Lonnie, did we lose you? You're there.
House tour.
We need the house tour, Kempire.
Remember, I told you, really expensive houses like that can sit on the market for a while, no matter how good or bad the market is. So
wait, let me bring Lonnie. Lonnie,
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I have to look on Zillow to see if it's sold yet.
Oh, I heard that it had sold.
I mean, even if it is, she would never leave the show. She needs that check.
Damn. Is she gonna be like Dorit next season in a completely different house? Oh, see, Mr. Tommy says Heavenly said it sold for $2.9 million. I mean, I'm gonna need some research on that. But where is she now? That is the question. All right, let's round out this conversation. Oh damn. Let's round out this conversation. We have over 100 people in it. Guys, again, please keep your mics muted when I'm speaking. People won't be able to hear me. after the fact. We have over 150 people in the chat. Please be sure to like this video as a quick and easy free way of supporting the channel. Also, if you're watching this afterwards, let me know your thoughts on some of the things that we discuss in regards to Shahs of Sunset and Married to Medicine. I'm going to start with Lonnie. Last minute thoughts on Shahs of Sunset or Married to Medicine?
REZA did it.
Oh,
So I'll just leave that. I'll leave
That's
it there. I think REZA did. Miriam's getting out her pendulum. REZA did it. I don't think Gigi did it. I think Gigi's busy doing her own thing. Honestly, I'm kind of just interested what this season's going to bring because it has been on for 10 years. It's like, where do we go from here? I'm always interested in seeing Shervin because he's just the cat's meow. I love some Shervin. So I'm kind of interested. I do feel like eventually though Shahs is going to come to an end because there's just really nothing left to get out of it. Married to Medicine, at least there's a scammer, allegedly. You know, she tried to build a Quest Diagnostics without any type of research or anything like that. To me, I smell an IRS audit coming on.
Oh no.
We need her on the show.
So I really hope that she kind of maybe takes some notes from Jen Shah's situation and her multimedia marketing thing that she did. But I wouldn't mind seeing Carrie back on the show. I don't know, because the first season, her husband wasn't really into being on the show like how the other husbands are. So I don't know. Like, I think for her, it's like, I can do this part-time. My husband and my life is not really required because I'm just here and there. So that's the only thing about her coming back to the show with that. Toya, I think something's going on much deeper with her because she has been drinking a lot. She's just been really nasty to a lot of people a lot more this season. Like, she's really just not a favorite of mine. And I agree with St. James. She's pushing herself away from the women to where they're eventually just not going to want to be bothered, you know, with her. So, and the whole Anila thing, I mean, I have to say her exit was quite dramatic and a little bit more like that. I mean, that was really kind of dramatic, but they weren't really that big of a friend to begin with. It's not like they were BFFs to start with. I mean, it was her friend and her way into the show, but you guys were not friends like that prior to the show. So I mean, I'm interested. I'm always here for Heavenly because she always brings like this, you know, crazy antics. So we will see.
Lonnie, thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks, hon.
Shantae, last minute thoughts on Shahs or Married to Medicine?
Yeah, I'm just kind of Married to Medicine needs to pick up just a little bit more, even though I think
only 2 more episodes.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. So, but it was good to see Anila kind of get a bigger backbone, do what she needed to do. So just keep it up. I'm ready to see what the next episode is.
Me too. Thanks, Shantae. Danielle, last minute thoughts on Shahs or Married to Medicine?
Okay, so I'm going to start with Shahs. We all know that REZA did it. REZA's the one that started all the drama. We all know that Mike is his duel. Mike thinks with his duel and not with his brain. So Mike is just a cheater. But the crazy part is, and I think everyone's forgetting this part, Mike said seasons ago that this is what he knows. The men in his culture, they cheat. This is what they do. And the women do. So he thinks it's okay. And that's why he's going to continue to do it. But she's going to leave him. They're not going to end up together. Married to Medicine, goodness. So we've discovered that Lisa Nicole's a scammer, allegedly. It's nothing else to say after that. Once we get rid of her, we keep Carrie.
Period.
Right. We get rid of her. We keep Carrie. I think Carrie is one of those wives that just want something to do because the kids are off at school. So to everyone's point, she might just be good as just being a friend of the show and maybe not full time because we've never seen her husband, but we do know that she is married to Medicine. Toya, I just came off of Toya's Instagram page and every post of her real friends from the 6th grade and all this other stuff. So She's been shady, but I think she brought Anila. I was going to say Anita, but Anila on because she does. I feel like Toya does need some other women who are married to medicine and not the medicine, because they go in on her with how smart or how dumb she is or whatever Heavenly wants to say at the time. So I feel like she does need somebody on her team, but she messed it up with Anila because she did her wrong. And I agree with Monte, they weren't really friends. They just knew each other because of the neighborhood. And this was Anila's way into the show because Anila's another one. She's just a stay-at-home mom who decided to get an Instagram page real quick and become a vlogger when she decided to do this.
So she wasn't a blogger before?
Have you seen her fashions? Who has a fashion show with no fashions? No.
How dreadful.
Having a fashion show with no fashions? Absolutely not.
How dreadful.
How
Are you serious?
Have you seen her post? Oh
I can't. She's not that interesting. I have not even gone to go follow her. I follow Dr. Heavenly and Toya. That's it.
And I've told you before, I don't follow any of them because their pages are open. So when I need to do my research, I just go to their page, look, and then I keep it moving. I don't.
Well, I mean, I follow them on my business page. On my personal page, I don't follow them.
Yeah, no, I'm not giving her the head count. No, but no, I'm okay with her staying. We can give her another season, especially with her husband and her mom because they're funny. I like them. Simone brings the crap too with her messy self. She's fine. Jackie.
Really?
Simone does. She's always in everyone's business. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm it's sort of like a situation of like another Dorit. What's going on in your life?
She has nothing because all she has is those two boys, are her and the husband. What's his name again?
And I'm bored.
She is boring, yes, because her and Cecil are living in two separate houses. Well, they probably weren't.
Okay, but look, one of them got to go. Dr. Jackie or Dr. Simone.
Oh, definitely Jackie. Definitely Jackie. Because unless Curtis is going to cheat again and give us something else to talk about, Jackie is more boring because Jackie doesn't even stir the pot. So Jackie gives us nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Jackie gives us nothing. So Jackie would have to go.
That part.
Anything else, Danielle?
No, I'm good. Good night, y'all.
St. J, last minute thoughts. Let's round this out.
Okay, boom. I'll make this quick this time. Okay. Jackie has to stay. She really is a reasonable voice. And that's that. I think that Mariah has been alluding to that her issues with the production company are ending.
Oh.
So, or they will be ending soon. So I would assume that if Mariah is coming back or she can end her issues, there's no place for Anila on the cast.
Oh, now, come on now. You can have more South Asians on the show.
TheKempire, be real here. Is Anila not there to replace Mariah? Therefore, if Mariah can come back, is Anila still needed?
You know who's needed? Her mom, Anila's mom, and Karen. Karen, I think he has not gotten enough camera time.
I agree. And I think that as far as Carrie, I love Carrie on the show. I think Carrie is honestly, she's in her sweet spot as a friend. I think that if we bring her full time, she's not going to be able to do enough.
Are you Marloing her?
But I think that's perfect. You know, because she's married to medicine. She's got the husband. He's a plastic surgeon. She lives the life.
But we need to see more of her. I don't think we saw enough of her this season.
Oh, yeah. I don't think she should have to split her time as a friend between her and Lisa Nicole and Quad. I think that they should bring Quad back full time. And even though Quad's not married to medicine, bring Quad back. And then
you want to bring Quad back full time, but you don't want to bring Carrie, who's married to medicine, back full time. And who's actually funny.
Yes.
And shady.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because Carrie, you can tell that this is like a fun, like little gig. So she has her own identity outside of her husband. Her husband clearly doesn't want to do the show because we never see him.
Neither do we see Lisa Nicole's house. She barely sees him, allegedly.
And about Lisa Nicole, in conclusion, a lot of people did try to open labs for COVID because it was an easy money grab.
Oh,
Lisa Nicole does have a pre-med background. So she psychology pre-med.
So, okay, according to so I guess I was pre-med too.
Hey, were you? Oh, so I think that she was just trying to, do the easy money grab, and it failed. And at least Nicole should probably stick to the fashions or the motivational speaking. I think that's what she does.
Have you seen her fashions?
I mean, I'm not interested in Lisa Nicole at all. So, thank you for having me.
As always, thank you, St. J, for calling in.
Okay.
Miriam.
Oh, God. No to quad full time. She is not married to Madison. There's no place for her unless she gets married to or engaged to Madison. She has no place there. Carrie, yes. She gives the Lisa Rinna lips a run for their money. She is amazing.
I actually like Carrie.
Funny. I love Carrie. She has always been my favorite. Although she was the only white cast at the beginning, she was the perfect fit. She has the money. She has the husband who is a plastic surgeon, and
we need to see more of it. I want to see more of that.
We need to see more. I so miss her. But this is what they did when they started icing out Mariah. When they saw that Mariah is really the force behind the franchise, they said, okay, let's make Mariah weak by getting rid of her friends. This is how we lost Carrie. And then they singled out Mariah. And Anila, we don't need Anila. If her mom makes an Instagram, I'm following her Instagram. I need her mom. I want a show for the moms. I want like a people's couch for the moms. Mama Joyce, Anila's mom, and MJ's mom. That would be great.
Oh, Lord.
So let me segue to Shahs. I hope we see Miss Lonnie featuring in the...
God, we don't need Lonnie mixed
and
up in
maybe
that mess.
she will be able to straighten up Mike. Maybe. We never know. I'm waiting for that private chat. I am dying to know what happened there. Reza did it. It's obviously did it. Like, we know him. We know him to be messy, disgusting, and she always wants to deflect. He feels like this is he's the heavenly. He is the heavenly of Shahs. He stirs the pot, and he goes bad.
Yeah, he goes dark though. He goes a little too far.
Below the belt. He goes below the belt. And for him to put like Adam, who by the way looks like he's he's one of those extremist Muslims with that beard. Listen,
I said he looks like the guy from Handmaid's Tale under his eye.
Yeah, too. Like Adam looks weird. He was so sweet when he first came, but now he's terrible. So for Reza, say, oh, but my husband put the restraining order. Well, Tommy is MJ's husband. So if you're going to give value to what your husband wants, I have to give value to my husband wants. And he doesn't want someone who has a restraining order against him and renewed it. Because Reza could have stopped Adam in his tracks, say no, for the sake of the show or for the sake of my friendship, supposedly, we need to stop. We gave him a warning, and next time if he messes up with us, then it's on him, not on us. So he's trying to look like he is the cool guy, the one that's trying to bring everybody together. He was the first one to run away, which is proof of guilt, It's proof of guilt. Maybe he needs to give an interview to the Avatar.
Oh, God. Miriam, thank you so much for calling in as always.
I love your channel.
I guess. Yeah. Guys, I want to wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you to my moderators. Appreciate you guys. You hold down the chat. That way I don't have to look at if anything crazy is going on. A lot of news is coming out this week. Stay locked to the channel. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Again, happy anniversary to our friends over at Up and Adam. And again, speaking of Up and Adam, don't miss out on his Fallon Gobadia interview that will be out this Thursday, June 10th. We will be covering everything. As I said to you before, we're going to be looking at body language on both sides. Did she cross her arms or cross her legs. What was Adam's response? Did Adam's body language say that he believes what she just said? We're going to examine every little bit of it. I'm going to watch it multiple times. I'm going to be obsessed with it. We're going to get this video to 1 million views. Are you with me? Let me know in the chat. But here are my last minute thoughts on Shahs. REZA. I honestly, I get it why they keep him on the show. He's important for the show, but he is very problematic. He's been problematic since early years. I don't know how anyone could be friends with him. And I do believe he's the one who told Mike about this whole spoof text that we've never heard about till this show. But I'm interested to see how the rest of the season will play out. I still enjoy the show. I enjoy the show. I get why people like the show. Married to Medicine, it's kind of going up and down for me. It's going up and down for me. There are certain parts that I'm enjoying, certain parts that I'm not enjoying. It definitely is a decent season for it being filmed during COVID. And as I always say, I love seeing Black doctors. With that being said, I'm excited to see what this reunion is going to be. I think this reunion will be probably more entertaining than the entire season. But we shall see. Don't forget, we will be recapping The Real Housewives of New York. We're going to be recapping Family Karma and The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this week. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I appreciate everyone being here. Ebony says, Kempire's lives are fun. Great job, mods. Y'all make us feel cozy in here. Yes, I love hearing that. And we will continue to be adding to our mod squad. So if you would like to be a part of the mod squad, let me know in the comments or in the chat. We are going through some of the mods right now, just getting familiar with who's showing up consistently. And then we will be developing our own sort of mod squad email contact situation so we can get everyone on the same page. And don't forget, for Pride Month until, actually, well, not for the entire month, from June 4th to June 11th, I'm on CAMEO. Book a CAMEO now for a birthday, anniversary, message. All the money, all of the profits that I would make from those cameos will go to charity. So for more information on that, link is in the description of this video. Also, links are in the description of this video for my podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy Pride. Have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Let's get up out of here.